we're actually cooking a quinoa dish this morning. Quinoa originally comes from Peru. And, you know, we're doing international, but also we want to keep in mind, I'm trying to relate this dish to liver health. So I have some great veggies and some great things going on, and I'm going to start to show you. So right now, I've just cut up some red potatoes. All right, I'm going to put them on a baking sheet because we're going to roast all our veggies. So we're going to roast lots and lots of veggies. We have some carrots. Carrots, vitamin C and all the good stuff. I want them kind of chunky because, you know, we want to keep them a little chunky in our salads. I have some asparagus. Sweet potatoes.
Beautiful.
Okay. And then I have some Brussels. Now the Brussels actually cook a little faster, and so does the asparagus. If you want to take them out just before the sweet potatoes are done, or you could do them separately. It's completely up to you. All right, now we're gonna spray this with a little bit of olive oil spray. I sprayed the bottom of the pan, so now I'm just going to spray the top, and I'm just going to salt and pepper it. To be honest with you, you can run it around a little bit with your hands to make sure it gets covered. And then we're going to salt and pepper it. Okay, so I've got some salt and pepper here. Salt our veggies. Now, the potatoes I had on 350. They usually take about like 30-35 minutes in my oven. I think my oven's a little bit slow. I have a smaller oven that actually is quicker, but I put them in my main oven this morning. So, and also I had garlic earlier. I've only got one of these because we only needed one, but I actually put this in the corner and I roasted it this morning, but that's going to come in a second. All right, so
beautiful.
let me stick these in the oven. You see all these beautiful veggies. Put them in the oven. You just poach the potatoes. Those are the ones that got to be cooked, and that'll be it. Right. Now, I made the quinoa earlier. I use veggie broth. Okay, and I also use, for 1 cup of quinoa, I use a half a teaspoon of turmeric. I made a turmeric veggie broth quinoa, which is here. I'm going to bring it over. So you see it has like a little color to it. I'm going to put this on the bowl. See my quinoa comes out nice and fluffy. This tastes, it's really like rice. It's very easy. 1 cup of quinoa to 2 cups of broth. I actually made 2 cups of quinoa. It's quite a big hit in this house. So I figured, you know what? I'll make 2 cups. I had to do the before and after anyway. After you finish cooking it, 15-20 minutes, leave it for 5 minutes and then just fluff it up with your fork. Right, leave that there for a side. My veggies. Okay, there's some roasted veggies left. What I did is I took the roasted garlic. Okay, and I just, it's like a paste. You see how it pastes in? And I'm just going to put a couple of cloves of the roasted garlic. You can use this in salad dressings as well. It like really is delicious.
Yeah, the flavor is very mild.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
so I'm going to mix it up with my hands. If you want to do it with a spoon, then it's my, you know, my food. I'm going to be eating it. Otherwise, I'd wear gloves, but it's fine. My hands are clean. Then we're going to add in the quinoa. Okay, so you're going to have a nice amount of quinoa. You see, now you've got the flavors of the roast and the, you know, roasted garlic and salt and pepper, and it's actually delicious. So that's my quinoa. I did plate it, and I'll show you. And I also added some fresh chopped parsley at the end. So here's my plate that's complete. You see
Oh, it
the
looks great.
asparagus and the Brussels sprouts and all the good stuff in there.
It's a bounty.
So a lot of the veggies that Rosa mentioned, I try to incorporate into this. And also beets. Beets are very good. Beets and avocado with a goat cheese. This is my salad of the week. Okay, so that's a beet and avocado and goat cheese salad. You can miss the goat cheese. I do believe there's a vegan feta out now. If you don't like eating, you know, milk products, you can also buy the vegan feta. I've never tried it personally, but I did try their other cheese, as I mentioned last week, and it's pretty good. Now, the other thing I did a homemade ginger ale. Rosa sent me a recipe, and it was like actually really fun to use. I did 2 green tea bags. I boiled them with water, then like poured half of the boiled water, made it cold, added ice, and then I put lemon. You can add honey or, you know, something, a sweetener, it's optional, with fresh lemon, and then I used the Poland Spring bubbly water. And then I have a homemade ginger ale.
Liver health. Well, I have to say the liver does so many good things for our bodies that you just can't even begin in a class to show how many good things they do. So they always take care of your liver. Like they showed us right now in this recipe, Sam, is like all these veggies, the more the fruits and veggies you eat, the better. I want to focus on one thing, just one of the many that the liver helps, and it's vitamin A, or what's carotenoids. So I just want to see if you spot a color. If you can spot a trend. These are going to be our ingredients. Lentils. These are yellow lentils. I'm going to do an orange bell pepper, sweet potato, also orange, carrots, and some celery, also orange, the carrots, even red potatoes that we're going to add. We're going to make a soup with all of that. And the reason I'm picking, obviously, the orange vegetables is because it turns out that the liver is the place where vitamin A is stored. So we store it there, and vitamin A, we know it, I'm sure you all know it's really good for the eyesight, for example, right? However, it also, one of the things it does in the liver as it stores it is good for inflammation. Whenever there's inflammation or some kind of stress or whatever in the body, the liver releases vitamin A so that it can calm wherever the inflammation is coming. So that's why it's good for the liver to have some storage. So anyway, so we're going to start with that. Some onion that I have here, and I'll just show you really quickly my pan, a little bit of olive oil in here. I already have one going on so you can see it, but I'm going to go and add to my pot my onion. I spent about 1 cup of carrots, maybe a cup of diced celery. I'll add all of it because this is a great recipe to do a big batch. So there it is. With a little bit of olive oil. Now I'm going to add my onion that I've diced already here. And I'm gonna stir it. It really is up to you how many veggies you want to put, but we're obviously focusing on vitamin A. So the next one is my pepper. You've seen me cut pepper. You can always, I sometimes save the top and the bottom for a salad because it's so colorful. Also, one thing is useful, you know, vitamin A is what they call a fat soluble vitamin. It just means that it's absorbed with fat. So, you know, you saw that little bit of olive oil that we put for sauteing the vegetables. That is also good for helping absorb the vitamin into your body from digestion. So we're gonna just dice and add it directly in our pot. Then we're gonna have some garlic and the sweet potato and red potato. So if you think this is a 1-pot dish, you can make a big batch and then have it for several days. It freezes well. And it seems like these will take a long time. It actually doesn't. It really is about maybe 30 minutes. I'm gonna put it in my pan. I continue sauteing. Gonna go with my garlic, already peeled. Rough chop is fine. We're gonna add water or vegetable stock. Remember, if you are adding vegetable stock, it's always good to add low sodium one. The least the sodium, the better. Also so the two kinds of carbs we're doing also from the potatoes and from the sweet potatoes, which is good. You know, the liver does a lot for your blood sugar levels. It tries to keep it as evenly as possible all the time. So, but you can help it by actually having what we call complex carbs, not simple carbs. Like, you know, simple carbs is what I would tell you, like refined sugar or white flour or very processed stuff. Complex, it's all these goodies that basically are whole, like this sweet potato, and actually, yes, the quinoa that Sam showed us. That's a nice complex. Let me show you. Look at all this beautiful colors in our.
I actually forgot to mention on the quinoa that it is a complex carb and it has protein, so your liver does not have to work overtime.
Exactly, that's great. Yeah, it's really something. I have a teacher in my biochemistry, and you know, one of the assignments, which I always found hilarious but very true. If we wanted extra points, we needed to write a letter to our liver, thanking our liver for the many things it does, and then we had to explain all the different like work that the liver does to make it really to help our lives. So anyway, so see now how I'm adding, I just added half of the, a little goes a long way. We're adding so many vegetables. You don't have to add like really large. This was a sweet potato that some of it was, I just cut out the parts that were a little bruised. And you can, I peeled it this time, but you don't have to peel it. I'm not gonna peel the potato. So I'm using yellow lentils. There's also orange or red lentils. You can of course use that, or even the brown lentils. You know, I just wanted to emphasize on the color because of vitamin A. Let's get our potato. You see, this actually gives you a lot of fiber too. Like this part, you can see it from the outside is a little brown, so just discard. The rest is fine. And because you're adding all these other vegetables to it, the impact on your blood sugar is going to be limited. It's not going to be like up and down if you were adding like just potatoes, for example. You want to hear that sizzle? I don't know if you can hear it from our soup. I'm going to season it with a pinch of salt.
That looks so good.
And I'm going to put a little bit of pepper. Then I was telling you, of course, for any soup, and this is a good time to add our lentils. This is a cup of lentils. These have been rinsed on a strainer, and then that's it. Oh, yeah, I rinse them. I just rinse them, and they start getting thick, which is fine. Just go with your, because it just has a lot of its own starch. This is, as you see, it's kind of split the lentil. The one that's in there, we're going to add the water. Oh, and then I was telling you about spices. You can add curry flour, curry powder. I have these Chinese five spices mix. It's really good. Just about a quarter teaspoon or so. It has nutmeg. It has ginger in it. It's really good, and it just provides a little different flavor. But if you like curry, by all means use curry. So I'm gonna go with my water, just plain water. This is like 8 cups. about 8 cups. So it'll last quite a bit. Let me add more. And also the key for seasoning any soup is just start cooking it now. We already put some salt and some pepper. And then what we're gonna do is wait for it to come to a light simmer. When it comes to a simmer, that's when you taste it with a spoon, and then you just try you can adjust seasoning with salt and pepper. Oh, also for every soup, I always put a little bay leaf, dry bay leaf in there. We can take it out later. And you can raise it to medium to high heat until it starts boiling. For the lentils, you'll see it in this one that I already have going. So you will see a little bit of foam coming out. It's just natural from the lentils, from all that starch in the lentils. Sometimes I go like that with the strainer, with the ladle, and just, or like if I'm skimming it, I'm just skimming this little starch because it'll turn it extra cloudy, and I just don't want that. It's not that it's bad or anything. So once I have it, so now I'm going to show you how to serve it. Before that, I'm going to serve it very simple. I have my bowl with a large bowl because this is a good serving, and I'm going to just garnish with a little bit of scallions or spring onion. Make sure they're well clean. I'll get the whole thing. I like it because it provides obviously the very mild onion flavor, but also some crunch to it. And I do the white and the light and the green part. It's good. Maybe not the very top part of the green. If they are a little dry on that side, you can discard that, compost that. So then, and we're gonna season it with a little bit like a wedge of lemon. That's it. So here we go. Let's check the one we already have. So you can see it's really nice. It's really hearty. You see the colors to it. You wanted to add a little chicken, for example, you can. Little like shredded chicken too. You know, it has a lot of protein from the lentil, so it's not that you need to or anything like that. We'll make a nice hearty portion. And then we can serve it with a little bit of lemon juice and the scallions, just like that. And that's it. This is your really hearty, liver-friendly soup.
Wow, it looks great, JP. Looks really, really good.